Hello guys, and welcome to another one. This one is going to be what to look for from the 10 days of raid events. So let's get right into it. Okay, so Arisen Trevelyan, or whatever his name is. This guy is a tier 7, I believe, and tier 9. I know tier 9 for sure. Not sure what the lower tier one is, but I'm assuming it's tier 7. And he drops the Arisen Trev's Charm, and that gives you a 15% boost when you're using dual wielding weapons. So if the attack is 100 on the dual wielding weapon and you're wearing one Trev Charm, it will be 115 attack that you get with that setup. And you usually can use two. Some people use one and a Lugus Gauntlet. Lugus is also available right now. I'm just gonna shamelessly plug that in during this event. And this is actually the last day if you're watching this video on the day of release. So if you're one of the lucky ones, you need to check out a kingdom and you need to get the Lugus Gauntlet. You need two. Just get two. The quality does not matter. So Arisen Trev's Charm, if you are not T9 yet, you can get the normal Trev's Charm, which gives you a 10% boost per charm. But the Arisen one is the better one if you're a higher tier, because it gives you the extra 5%. So Cirrus on the second day. This is a nice one because he has really good adornments. So the really good adornment, I'll say, I won't say adornments. It has another adornment that is pretty nice for certain builds, but it isn't that popular, so I won't say it's really good. But the critical rate adornment that it does have, the Ferocious Eye of Cirrus, it is a marvelous one. So definitely one to look out for. Later game builds on certain classes don't really use it, but it is really good earlier game for that additional critical chance, because critical chance is hard to come by in such a chunky dose, 4% per. So yeah. Then you have Kerberos. This one is for the heretics. Maybe I should be talking about the classes, huh? All classes that do critical damage can benefit from this one, so you just have to look into that. And the two-handed weapons, that can work for all classes too. So I think even realm shifters will really like the shield from this guy. Heretics really like it for certain tanky builds. If you're in a really tough situation in Endless that you might not need as much ward, but you need some defense, then the Arisen Wolven Tower Shield, is that what it's called? The tier 10 Wolf Shield is the one that I'm talking about. The Staff of Kerberos is also magnificent. The earlier you get it, the better off you'll be throughout your game. It just does so much, and then it just does again, because it gives you a decent magic stat. The magic stat isn't the highest, but it's decent. It gives you that 7% action rate, that is the main thing I use it for. It gives you a little bit of ward, and it is just one that you can slot a few adornments in as well. It has a few adornment slots, I believe 8 adornment slots. It is a really nice weapon for certain builds. Heretics really love it. Some Bayo builds like it. It's just really nice. I know deity builds might like it too, depending on the build that you're using. So yeah. So this one, unless they're gonna rework it, if they do rework it, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna skip it. Garbage, trash, does not drop anything. Surtur is really good for multiple classes. You can wear the items on all classes and be comfortable. The chest especially, it has like the highest ward in the game. as the raw ward stat, not including ward from, say, HP or mana, which the Feyeti would beat it out on. But if you're just going for raw ward stat, then that would be... I'm not sure what you'd be going for because the Feyeti coat would still be better. But some people without a good Feyeti coat, you might get lucky here. Mages will really appreciate the boots for the dexterity it has. And when I say mages, I mean heretics, not even the deity mages, but deity mages can benefit from it a lot too because they already have so much base dexterity. So that is just like bonkers on them. And that would be for PvP matchups. The swords give the highest view distance overall in the weapon slots for classes that can't wield all weapons. So Realm Shifter and Deity and Baal would have access to the Arisen Hellhest, but Heretics and Gilgaz will only have access to the Arisen Surtur's swords. And you need 2 of them of any quality. If you get Ornates, they're more expensive to upgrade, but you might find it easier to world farm if you do that kind of thing. So yeah, so from the friends and family event, I'm going to do a whole video on pets, but make sure to not miss this one. Do not miss it. I'm going to shamelessly plug the Ashen Phoenix for Heretics. You need this pet to function, and here it will be. You must be tier 10 to get it. If you're not tier 10, get the baby version, that is tier 8. And yeah, so hell, this one is a really good one for Realm Shifters. His chest plate has what? Blind immunity and stun immunity or something of the sort. You guys have to look this stuff up after I say it, by the way, because I'm just talking from my head. So the obvious thing is the chest plate that this guy has. People used to like the Arisen Hell's feathers, but they don't really use that much anymore. But it is still good in like hard, endless Orn farm builds, I believe. I haven't really looked at it in a while. Maybe I'll get a good one and I can do a video or 2 on it, but that one is one you can look out for too. Obviously, any ornate you get, you should be holding on to, even if you don't see a use for it. Just send it to your keep. And the boots are another dex boots that are wearable by all classes. So if you didn't get lucky with Surtur's boots, you might get lucky with these. So that's another one. The weapon isn't really something you'll attack with. It is the best view distance weapon overall though. So for classes like Deity, Realm Shifter, it is a Realm Shifter weapon, and classes like Baal that sees everything too, you have the highest view distance just because it has 1 more adornment slot than the Arisen Surtur's sword. So this is one of the interesting pets too, but I'm going to do a pet video, so I'm not even going to talk about the pets that they're offering. Merlin. So Merlin has a lot of foresight gear. As I said, if you get a good percentage of something, be sure to ask in the Heretics channel in either my Discord or the Orna Legends Discord. I frequent them both. And this guy, Merlin's main reason to be killed is for the consumables that he drops, on one in particular, Merlin's Concoction, I believe it's called, that gives you the temporary magic up plus. So that's times 3 or 3 ups like DC, so it doubles your damage basically. And for more established people who cap the damage limit before that is necessary, it's not that good. But for people looking to do stuff like one-shot Amori or stuff like that, that makes it so easy. Unfortunately, on my attempts, I didn't have any, so I had to be waiting a zillion turns, but let's not get into that story. And let us move on to Balin. Balin has the Arisen Avalon armor, which all 3 pieces are really good if you don't have other options. The headpiece can be really good if you don't have like a fucking 200% or Northern Crown. I think that is one of the only pieces that can beat it out. It's just so good. It's so good. So that is a really good one, and it's good for Gilga because it has really good ward and it has some attack stat, and you know that with spiked shield you scale off your attack and your ward, so it is a good combination of both. I'm not quite sure if it's best in slot or close, but I know that it is well sought after, and that means something for sure. The Finesse Great Sword, I hear, is good in certain builds too. They say the Axe of Gilgamesh is still better in raid builds, but the Finesse Great Sword. Wait, actually, Balin does not drop the Finesse Great Sword, only Finesse does. So we can go right to Finesse then, because he's the next day, and that is the main item you'll be looking out for from him, as well as the Arisen Avalon armor, because he also drops the Arisen Avalon armor. So Balin is for the armor, and this guy is for the armor and the sword. And we come down to the last day, Naganin, and this is one of my personal favorites. My main source of smelly mushrooms, the ones that give the, is it called Zerk 3? I don't even know what it's called. It has so many names, but it is called Berserk 3 on the Raider spec. So we will go with that. And it gives you the other two mushrooms too, but the main thing I want from it are smelly mushrooms. Swash builds really love the smelly boots. That's a tier 8 item, and you mainly look for that one in broken, and having it with an element on it is ideal. So it is used for many builds, especially as I said, swash builds doing swash endless for orns or XP, swash builds doing swash world raid bosses, swash builds doing dungeons, and it is available as early as tier 8. So definitely one to pick up. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. A special shout out as usual to my Patreons. I appreciate you guys so much. I also want to thank my subscribers, all the viewers, all the persons who like my videos, commenters. I appreciate you all. And remember to believe in yourselves, guys. Remember to believe in yourselves. Remember, do not forget it. Sometimes you have to take a chance, and that chance has to be on yourself, because you guys be taking chances on people. Take a chance on yourself. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.